Hey, Bitcoin bears. Today I want to talk a little about these yellow vest protests in France, and how a lot of people in the Bitcoin community are 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 looking at these protesters as possible adopters of Bitcoin, and this is going to be our great Bitcoin movement. And I want to throw some cold water on this because for several reasons. So I've been hearing this a lot the past few days. I haven't really talked about it because I don't think there's anything to it, but I decided to tweet about this earlier today, and I wanted to make my video tonight about this topic. So I saw this guy on Twitter. His name is at SupraBro. He was tweeting a lot about reports are saying that yellow vest protesters in France, which are 70% of the population. Well, I don't know how he could possibly know that. It's probably a wild over-exaggeration. Is planning to withdraw all their money from the banks to destabilize. Sorry about that. To destabilize all the money, to destabilize the government. He's saying that this is a revolt against the banking system, and he's showing a guy that's wearing the yellow vest that has a buy Bitcoin on it. So I clicked on that story to read it, and the story is from looks like it's a crypto news website called The Decentral, and it talks about how these guys are they're gonna withdraw the money from the bank, and they're gonna cause the banking system to collapse, and this is gonna be a great moment for Bitcoin. Bullcrap. Okay, and I'll explain why in a second. This is going to do nothing for Bitcoin. These people are socialists. Okay, let me just tell you that right now. They are socialists. Okay, it's possible that if Bitcoin becomes a worldwide currency, that France will be the last country to adopt it. Okay, so it'll be adopted in North Korea before it gets to France. I'll just tell you, put that conjecture out there, and you can do with it what you want. So I looked up some of these stories that are talking about these yellow vest protests, and I also tweeted. I retweeted this guy's tweet, and I just kind of I had my own. I put my own thing on it. So I quoted the retweet, and here's what I said. I said, the yellow vest protesters are socialists who want more welfare. They have no money in the bank to withdraw. This is not your Bitcoin moment. Okay? So this isn't your Bitcoin moment, Bitcoiners. I'm sorry. So while it is true that these protesters were asking for a tax cut, but one of their main demands was that they also wanted a higher minimum wage. And the president quickly caved to their demands for a higher minimum wage, and also for a tax cut. But that didn't really satisfy the protesters. They kept shifting their demands. After the president agreed to raise the minimum wage and give them tax cuts, they then asked for a referendum. Now they're asking for all sorts of different things. It seems like their demands are all over the map. But basically, these are mostly just confused individuals who either want more welfare, something from the government, or they want some law changed, or they want to have a referendum so they can vote on laws. These are not your these are not your Rothbardian protesters here. These aren't your libertarian protesters, although I'm sure there's some libertarians among them. But that's going to be a very, very small percentage of the population in France. So anyway, so to sum up, the point is that these guys aren't interested in sound money, so they're not really interested in Bitcoin. They want more welfare. They want more government control. They want "quote unquote" better government, and they have no money to withdraw from the banks. People like this aren't going to be what brings Bitcoin mainstream. The people who have to adopt Bitcoin for it to become mainstream, believe it or not, I know you're probably not going to like this, are the rich. Poor people adopting Bitcoin isn't going to bring Bitcoin into the mainstream. It's going to be, institutional investors, banks, rich people parking their money in Bitcoin. That's what's going to bring the price of Bitcoin up. That's what's going to make the world adopt a Bitcoin standard. So basically, let me know what you think. Do you think that these protesters are going to be what brings Bitcoin into the mainstream, or do you agree with me and think that they're just a bunch of socialists who don't have any money anyway and they're not going to make any difference, and all they want is just more typical socialist stuff? And please like or dislike this video. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more content like this. Feel free to leave a comment. Follow me on Twitter. I'm at Bitcoin Motorist on Twitter. I'll link to some of the stories in the description below. If you're watching this video on Facebook, find me on YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I may not keep posting on Facebook. I may at some point post only on YouTube. So if you want to keep seeing these, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And you guys have an awesome night. Bye.